Guardians of the Galaxy 1 was released in 2014 under the directive lead of James Gunn, an up-and-coming director in Hollywood who was determined to get his story told and start the story of the Guardians on the big screen. The first movie was colourful and vibrant, serving as a satisfactory introduction, albeit a bit fast-paced, to this group of misfits known as the Guardians, and did its job in also expanding the already expansive Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think I liked Guardians 1 because it wasn't trying to fit into the Marvel mold. While it was definitely a Marvel movie, it didn't focus its identity on being a Marvel movie, and you could really see what James Gunn and all the other writers were trying to do with this group of outsiders, trying to have them build up their own mini-universe outside of Earth, and carefully explore each of the Guardians' characters in a clear and concise way. And when you compare this movie to the almost 3 times more hyped Marvel movie that came out more than 3 months prior, it's a fucking miracle that this did better than it at the box office. Remember, this is almost a decade ago at this point. The Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and the X-Men, those are the prime Marvel groups. The Guardians were a niche group similar to DC's Doom Patrol. Marvel somehow managed to have audiences connect to this group of misfits in a way that many had never heard of before. The second movie took everything that made the first great and enhanced it. A truly fantastic sequel that set out to do exactly what it meant to. Bad villain from the first one, that kinda let it down. Now you have a villain that actually makes you believe he's a nice guy, till the plot twist, which follows up with what might be one of my favourite action scenes in superhero media.
It broke my heart to put that tumor in her head. What?
No, all right. I know that sounds bad. Who in the hell do you think you are?
A kind of fast-paced story in the first movie didn't allow me to properly connect with the characters enough. Now we have character arcs and developments that feel fluid, real, and lifelike, really pushing the boundaries of what can be told on screen. If Volume 1 of The Guardians can be described as colourful, vibrant, and exciting, then Volume 2 can be described as story-driven, emotionally guided, and character-focused. Seriously, if Rocket in the first movie was already my favourite character due to his exuberant personality, then Volume 2 took all of that and made him more exuberant, more flamboyant, and actually had me ask the question, why is he like this? What made him into this? With Volume 3 being the end of the Guardians trilogy, and probably the last time we'll see the Guardians on screen all at the same time, it's only natural that this movie had some of the highest expectations out of any Marvel franchise, next to No Way Home, with fans desperate to see the characters go out on a high note, especially with the fact that James Gunn is moving to DC for what I can see to be full-time after this. It would have to be a small blessing to have the third movie in a trilogy be perceived so well. And after watching this movie myself, all I can say is, it's simply fantastic, and I can confidently say that this is my favourite Marvel movie next to Infinity War. I genuinely cannot say with certainty that I have seen a single better Marvel movie than this, let alone film trilogy. James Gunn has managed to take this small group of unknown outsiders in the Marvel universe and turn them into globally loved, recognisable and appreciated characters through his incredible way of storytelling and character building. Is this movie a masterpiece like Joker, Infinity War or The Batman? No, but is it better than anything else Marvel has shit out onto screen in the last 5 years? Without a doubt, definitely. This movie successfully concludes and completes Rocket's, Nebula's, Star-Lord's, Drax's, Mantis's, Gamora, and Groot's stories beautifully, with Rocket's backstory being the driving force for this movie, and it being portrayed amazingly. Like, I felt the emotion ooze out of the screen while watching, and it doesn't disappoint or let up even for 1 second. Also, it feels nice just to have a genuinely evil supervillain in these stories, which it feels like since forever since we got one. Each villain now has to be broken down and shown to be secretly fighting for their own righteous cause at heart, which makes me rethink what I'm watching. However, the High Evolutionary is an amazing villain, with simple and boring enough motivations to make him seem like your normal run-of-the-mill villain. Yet, with his incredible actor portraying him, the life in this character really gets to be brung out, especially when he's angered and rageful, making him look all the better. I like The Guardian so much because of how disconnected it was from the mainline MCU, which kind of protected it like a bombshell from the fallout that would be the sludge of Phase 5, with most people going into this movie still expecting the same magic that made the first two, after losing their expectations of the rest of Marvel. with many saying that they were suffering from quote-unquote superhero fatigue. But I just don't think that's true. Don't get me wrong, you can have too much of a good thing. I know that. But I think a lot of people were tired of subpar superhero media rather than all superhero media and the actual superheroes themselves. Superheroes have been around for decades, almost centuries, but in recent years after Endgame, superhero movies have dropped quite noticeably in quality, with them being pumped out for quantity rather than them being actual good products. Imagine if this happened in comic books. Rather than giving us life-changing comics like The Death in the Family, Ultimate Spider-Man, All-Star Superman, and many, many more, they only pumped out shite like All-Star Batman and Robin every day. Even the most avid fans would find themselves getting worn out after a while. But when you have movies like this that actually push the boundaries and dare to tell stories most wouldn't dare to, the situation changes, as seen via the first weekend estimates of earnings. Guardians of the Galaxy is a love letter from the actors, producers, directors, and everyone else who worked on this amazing trilogy of movies, straight to the characters they are portraying, playing and creating the story for. Every single piece of heart, soul, and passion left in the MCU went into this project, and it makes it pop with colour, just like the MCU used to. If this is the final bastion of hope for the MCU, then I'm scared of what's going to happen next, and I'm glad it went out on a high note. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye now. Also, like 3.7k views, like what the fuck, man? Seriously though, I have to thank all of you, man. 3,700 people watched that video. That's crazy to me on levels. Like when I hit my first ever 100 view video with SEO, I already thought that was insane, and then this is 37 times that. That is, it's a number that's unfathomable to me to comprehend. And I know that you hear YouTubers saying, "Oh, thanks to my millions of fans," but just for 3,700 people to have seen my video and watched it, I appreciate it. For all this time, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Bye now.